Hey guys, John Williams back here again with you. John Williams of the Cashflow couple. We are here explaining the Cashflow 101 game and what you can expect when you're playing the actual game itself. In the first two videos we described the board itself, and then we described a little bit about the setup and our setting up our income statement and getting started in the rat race. So in this video I want to talk about some of the spaces you can land on as you go around the board here. And the first two I want to talk about are what are big deals and what are small deals, and those are represented by these green spaces. So if you land on one of these green spaces that says opportunity, then now you have an opportunity to either draw from the small deal pile or the big deal pile. The difference is small deals are $5,000 or less to get into. Big deals are $6,000 or more to get into. So when you first start the game, depending on what your profession is and how much cash you start out with, more than likely you'll start here in the small deal pile, but you may go directly to the big deals. So let's see some examples. A small deal could be, this one's a condo that's for sale. So you can see this one, the important figures are down here at the bottom. So you can see the cost of it is $55,000, but we only have to put down $5,000. The mortgage then would be $50,000, and it will provide us cash flow or passive income of $160. So if you have the $5,000 or you can borrow it, then you can buy a condo and have $160 towards meeting those or exceeding those expenses. So you're one step closer to getting out of the rat race. Let's look at another example of a small deal. This one is a house for sale. This one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It costs $50,000. There's no down payment, so we can get into this one actually with no money. There's a mortgage of $50,000, but this one is negative $200 in cash flow. So this one actually gets us further away from being out of the rat race. However, this is something that you'll see down here. It says may sell for $65,000 to $135,000. So this card is the representation in the real world would be a flip property. So it costs us money every month, but we're buying it, if we buy it, in the hopes of selling it down the road for a profit. Let's pull one more example of a small deal. Okay, this one's not real estate. This one is a stock. So this is a stock in an electronics company. Today's price is $5. But the important part down here is its trading range, it sells from $5 to $30. So $5 is probably a good price on this stock because it's at the bottom of its trading range. So again, like the flip, the purpose of this one, because it yields no cash flow, would be to buy it today in order to sell it at a higher price later in the game. So those are some examples of small deals. Let's pull some big deal cards. Okay, so this is a really big deal. This one is a pizza franchise that's for sale. So not everything in this game you've noticed is real estate. Some of it's stock market. This one happens to be a business. A pizza franchise for sale. You can see the metrics are sort of the same when you get into a business. It costs, in this case, $500,000. The down payment is $100,000. The mortgage then would be $400,000, and the cash flow on this one is $5,000 a month. So if you have the $100,000, maybe you sold that flip house earlier in the small deal pile, now you can invest your $100,000 here and gain $5,000 in cash flow. That will go a long way towards meeting or exceeding those expenses on your balance sheet. Pull another one here. This one is real estate. This one happens to be a fourplex that's for sale. It costs, again, $140,000. The down payment would be $32,000 that you need to either have or raise in the game. Have a mortgage of $108,000, and this one cash flows $2,000. So this one gets you $2,000 closer to getting out of the rat race. One more big deal. We did 3 smalls, we'll do 3 bigs. This one is actually a company as well. However, they're looking for a limited partner. So this is a successful pizza chain, just happens to be, and they're expanding, looking for a partner. The cost for this one's $20,000 as a capital investor. We can't borrow the money on this one, right? So we're putting the entire 20 in, and we're getting a cash flow out of $800. So those are some examples of big deal cards that you can pull in the game. And that, again, those are the green squares as you go around the board. You have opportunities, and once again, we're playing that all out on our financial sheet. So down here under assets, we would have real estate or businesses, so we may be adding that pizza franchise down here, which would add to our passive income up here at the top, which nets us more per pay period, but also comes closer to meeting or exceeding these expenses, which will get us out of the rat race. So hopefully that's informative. Next video, I'll be talking about the other types of spaces on the board. We have still the market cards to talk about and the doodad cards, and then there are some special spaces on the board that I want to give some attention to. So stay tuned for that video.